Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Grandpa Birch here. Hey, I've got a special book for you today. It is Corduroy by Don Freeman. Corduroy. Corduroy. There's his pants. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in a toy department store of a big store. One day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for someone to come by along and take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Oh my. Then, one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button on the bottom of his shoulder straps." Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. Oh, he didn't know that he lost a button, he said to himself. "Tonight, I'll go see if I can find it." Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf. And he began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator, and up he went. Oh my! Could this be a mountain, he wondered? I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. And there he goes, up the escalator. He stepped off the escalator when it reached the next floor. And there before his eyes was a most amazing sight. Tables, chairs, and lamps, and sofas, and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." He wandered around admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And he crawled into a large, thick mattress. All at once, he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. He yanked and pulled with both paws until pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Bang into the tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. Uh-oh. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was somebody else in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now, who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here. Who is it?" He flashed his light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all, and there he saw two fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the covers. Uh-oh, you think that was Corduroy? "Hello," he said. "How'd you get upstairs?" Corduroy going, "Huh? I'm caught. I'm caught." The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning. And there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl that he'd seen only the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night, I counted what I saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said that I could bring you home." "Shall I put him in a box for you?" the saleslady asked. "Oh, no, thank you," Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs onto her family's apartment and straight to her own room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like the enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know, I've always wanted a home." Lisa sat down with Corduroy in her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. Oh, and there she is. She's hugging Corduroy, getting ready for bed. What did you think about Corduroy, the little brown teddy bear? All right, bye for now. And remember, Grandpa Birch thinks you're special.